so I'll show you the steps that I used to get Chromium to build for the Microsoft Store. Okay, so your first step is to follow the guide and check out the Chromium source, get it all set up to load into Visual Studio. So the important things here are you need Visual Studio 2019. There's a lot of prereqs, so you need the MFC and ATL tools. You need to install the latest Windows SDK. Make sure that you turn on the debugging tools, and if you have 19041, you'll have a build that loads in Visual Studio. Okay, so there's a bunch of command line stuff. The important thing is, okay, yes, you get the code. That's common for all the platforms. You go into the source directory and you're going to generate the build. There's a few steps here. If you do the one that generates the Visual Studio files, it has like 6,000 projects, so skip to the next one and filter out just the Chrome project. Okay, so from that you arrive at where I started. So you have a project with just Chrome and this Chrome project. I went and added a couple different things to this project. So I need a Windows application packaging project, and I added a blank UWP app. Okay, so for the packaging project, you just click on the solution, add a new project, and we'll search for packaging, and it's this Windows application packaging project. Either will work. I think I did the C# one. Yeah, okay. So you'll need that, and you need a UWP blank app. Okay, I did the C# one. Okay, so first thing, on the Chrome project, by default, under General, the configuration type will be Utility, and I changed that to Application. Okay, you do that so that in your Windows Application Packaging project, under Applications, it will let you add a reference to the application under the Applications. Okay, I also added the UWP project. Okay, so your package projects will be Chrome and UWP, and I needed to set the UWP as the startup project. So you can right click, set as entry point, and that's the start project. And if you go to your package manifest, there you go, package app manifest, and look at the code, by default you'll have an application. And to get this to work, I had to leave the original application here so that I could have a second application. And in the second application, it's actually going to launch Chrome. And it does it as a full trust application. So the important thing here is I needed to add the extension for the Windows Full Trust process, and that references the Chrome exe. In the UWP app, I customized the app code behind. Okay, so in the UWP app, the sole purpose of this application is just to launch the Full Trust app. So here you can see I want to launch Chrome. And in the launch Chrome, I'm using the API contract present. This just makes sure that it has a full trust contract in the package manifest, which is at the bottom here. This allows the full trust capability. And here I launched that second app. So when the app starts, it's going to launch the Chromium exe. And after it's done with that, it's just going to exit. And in the launch event, I removed loading the main page. And actually, it doesn't even need a main page because it's just going to launch and then disappear. Okay, so all this app does is launch the Chromium app. In the Windows Application Packaging project, all the files listed here are from the output of the Chromium build. So if you followed the guide, and after things finish compiling, there are, it takes like 7 hours to build this thing. When it's done, if you run Chrome, it should pop up a window like this. And you should see the browser works. So, in order to get this to work, we need to copy all this stuff into the Windows Application Packaging project. The important files here are, we need everything in the locales directory, and I didn't really trim anything down. I just grabbed everything here, except for probably the all solution. You can trim it down further, but this is just to get you started. Okay, so I made a new folder in the packaging project, and there are the locales. I added those by going to add existing items. I went and browsed to locales, selected everything, and the important thing is to add it as a link. That way you're not copying 1.5 gigs into the project. You can just link to it. The same thing for the rest of the files. On the main project, I added it to the root, add existing items, and I selected everything except for the solution. And you can trim this down further. Again, the important thing is to add it as a link. Okay, and once you have everything there, if you go back to your package manifest, make sure your exe name is in the extensions for the full trust process and the executable, and then the entry point is Windows Full Trust application. Okay, so now the EWP desktop app is the startup application, and Chrome is linked as another application, and that will let it, once it's installed by the store, it should launch Chromium. Once you build and deploy, you'll see Chrome for Microsoft Store, or whatever you call your package. It will appear in the Start menu. And when you launch it, it launches Chromium. And at this point, you're ready to package it for the Microsoft Store. So you'll click on your packaging project, say Publish. You want to associate the entry with the Microsoft Store, and then you go and create the app package. And this creates and you'll have the associated entry, you'll pick that one. Next, give it a version, and that will build the uploadable bundle that goes right to the store. And there you go. Alright, so follow this process, and you should be able to package your Chromium app into the Microsoft Store. Alright, thanks for watching.